Yes, guys, welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. How are you guys doing? It's the last live edition of the day at exactly 9:30. So that is how we are going to be doing the things. 5:30 p.m. It's 5:30 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9:30 p.m. So make sure those live streams do not leave you behind. Balogun has been confirmed as a player who has signed a long-term contract. Arsenal have confirmed it. It's done and dusted. We're gonna be discussing much of the interviews and much of what has been said. I've had to read some of the things that he has said on the Arsenal website. So we're gonna be going through some of those things. What does it mean for Balogun to sign a new contract? Where does it leave the striking the striking options for Mikel Arteta? Is he going to sell Alexander Lacazette? Because I've actually seen on one of the Arsenal News Twitter accounts that we could probably sell Alexander Lacazette if the right amount of money comes in. So could it be that Balogun is coming in to replace Alexander Lacazette if we get the right amount of money for Lacazette? So there's so many things to talk about and so many things to consider. But let us first go into Balogun signing a new long contract, because that is what is most interesting. Many people have been waiting for it, and here we go. Smash the like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button. Get your comments in. What do you think about Balogun signing a new contract? Arsenal, is it something that you think, he needed it? Do you think we would have let him go? Because Romano said that a couple of clubs overseas were interested, including Leverkusen, including Parma, including did he say Fiorentina as well? A couple of clubs in Italy, as well as in the German Bundesliga, Werder Bremen and Stuttgart, were all interested in the signature of Balogun. However, today Arsenal have confirmed with their official Twitter and official website that Balogun Florin has signed a new long-term contract. So according to the website, they said that Florin Balogun has committed his future to us by signing a new long-term contract with the club. The 19-year-old striker who signed as a scholar in July 2017, having been at the club since he was 9 years old, has continued his impressive development this season, making his first team debut and scoring his first goals at a senior level. Of course, if you do not remember the goals he has scored, you've got to remember the two Europa League goals he scored in the group stages. You must be able to remember that one. You must remember that one was against Molde. In a game we won 4-0. So according to the Arsenal website, they're saying that known as Flo among his teammates, the academy graduate has scored twice from his six first team appearances this season, with both goals coming in the Europa League group stages against Molde and Dundalk. The New York-born star, who has represented both the USA and England at youth level, has also continued to make an impact in our academy this season, scoring 8 goals from his 18 appearances in the Premier League and the EFL trophy. Technical director Edu said about Florin. He said it's great to have Flo. It's great that Flo will continue to be with us. He's a very promising young talent, and he has already shown so much quality in his performances. We are all looking forward to working with him during his continued development in the coming years. Mikel Arteta on Balogun, he said, we have been extremely impressed with Flo this season. He has continually shown his natural ability in many training sessions with us, and we have been equally impressed with this early integration into the first team squad on match days. He has given us glimpses with the performances of course, with his 2 goals already for the first team. The hard work starts here for Flo, and we are all looking forward to supporting and working with him in the years to come. That's Mikel Arteta, the first team manager, of course, and Edu about the youngster. What I have to say before we go into his into what he has said as a player is I think he's a very talented guy. He's a very, very prolific young striker. We've seen it, and the reason as to why many Arsenal fans have been fighting for him to stay as to stay at the club is simple. His finishing is just of the moon. His finishing is just OTT. He's a very good player. He's a very clinical finisher, and that's why everybody wanted Florian Balogun to sign a new contract at Arsenal. According to the website, they're saying everyone at the club would like to congratulate Flo on his new contract, and we look forward to his continued development. The new contract is subject to the completion of regulatory processes. Okay. What he has said as a player in his interviews, first and foremost, he said, I take huge inspiration from Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe. And down here he says that Florian Balogun has seen the incredible impact of Bukayo Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe that they have had for us, and now wants to follow the same path. The 19-year-old also signed a new long-term deal with the club on Wednesday and has set his sights on becoming a regular in Mikel Arteta's matchday squad. Bukayo and Emile have shown me that if you stick at something for long enough, eventually it will pay off. Balogun told us, the media, probably I should stick to YouTube long enough, it will eventually pay off. I take huge this is according to Balogun. I take a huge inspiration from them. I thought both of them seemed ready when they were called up each and every time. I thought they were definitely prepared, not just physically but also mentally for the challenges. I think that's something I've learned from them. Every time I come over, all the lads are friendly, but in particular I would say the strikers union helped me most. That is Laka, Abba, Eddie. We all talk, we get along and laugh. They are just continuously trying to give me little tips here and there, things to help me improve on my game. That's good to see. And then of course he also talked about his need to always succeed, and says I've always had that drive to succeed here. And he says even from his first day at the club, Florian Balogun was desperate to make his way all the way through the first team. Our 19-year-old striker has just penned a new long-term contract, and he says he is determined to make his mark in Arsenal colours. Of course, he says that I came here at 9, Balogun told Arsenal media. I remember being at Hell End and coming into training ground for the first time and seeing all the older boys training, and I was just thinking to myself, these are the same guys you see on TV. From that age straight away, I just had that drive and ambition to be that guy. Eventually, as time has gone on, I've seen loads of different coaches help me in my career. Now I just see the work I've put in over the years starting to pay off. He says Kwame Ampadu, when I first came here at under 18s, he showed me tough love, but it was definitely something I needed at the time. Even now, Steve Bold has managed me really well this season, making sure that I look more of a leadership role, which is something I need to learn as well. My ambitions for next season are to make impact in the first team. I see it as something that is that I've taken upon myself to be able to go there and make an impact, not just to be one of the numbers. I want to be somebody who eventually leads that group. So I would say I've quite driven ambitions. Well, we'll see if I can make them happen. That is Florian Balogun speaking to Arsenal. Of course, a lot has been said. Very much has been said. Balogun and of course signing a new contract. I want to know what you think about Balogun signing a new contract, because Peterson tells me that I have liked Balogun's decision to sign a new contract. That is according to Peter. Big up Gil as well, and of course big up Alex, and I said and will I'll be answering that. What do you think about? What do you think, will Arsenal finish top 8? I'm also going to be answering those questions as well, so please do hit the like button and get your comments and questions in. Timo says, are we live? Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live. It's a live segment. So the question there, Timo, we are live. It's a live segment. The question there for me, Balogun has signed a new contract. It's all laughs. It's all jumps and glory and joy for Arsenal and Arsenal players. I do understand. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I understand why Balogun had to sign a new contract. We couldn't lose such a talent. Although James Plank says Arsenal can lose such a talent because it happens all the time. We have lost players like Hurricane, and we have moved on. But in my opinion, you don't need to lose a player like Balogun. You need to keep hold of such players, because you really don't have the financial muscle to finance you in the market. If Balogun becomes another Erling Haaland, you don't have the financial muscle to pull him back like Manchester United did with Paul Pogba. They let him go to Juventus and then signed him back at 99 million pounds. You can't do that. So you've got to hold these players back, and it's a very, very great decision that Arsenal have made. But my question there, because the player says his ambitions are to play first team football next season. So the question there is, are they going to give him first team football? Are they going to give him that football he wants? Is he going to be a regular? Is he going to be ahead of Edin Ketia? Is he going to be ahead of Alexander Lacazette? What is his role? What is his position clearly going to be at the club? Because of course, like I said at the beginning of the show, it has been confirmed that Lacazette will be sold this summer if a club brings in the right amount of money. But that again goes down to clubs giving you the right amount of money. If you want 35 million pounds from Alexander Lacazette and Juve and Atletico Madrid are not willing to offer such amounts of money, that means he's going to stay. And if he stays this season, you've got to tie him down on a longer contract. Otherwise, you're going to lose him on a free deal, in the next summer. Something that you do not want, because those are mistakes that we are trying to clear out as Arsenal. We just want to be a better club. So the question there is, where does Balogun? Where do the decisions leave Balogun? You almost have 4 complete strikers: Lacazette, Martinelli, Aubameyang, Balogun, and Edin Ketia. You have 5 complete strikers at the club. What do you do with them? Are you letting Edin Ketia go? Of course, there have been rumors that Arsenal also want to sell Edin Ketia. West Ham is interested. They were interested in January transfer window, but Arsenal said no, we are not letting Ketia go in the January transfer window. So probably in the summer we could see West Ham come back for the services of Edin Ketia. Probably we could sell him. I don't have any issues with Ketia. I don't see him as that kind of striker that is going to self-actualize to the level Arsenal want to have their players. I think most of the players that Arsenal are going to sign must be OTT. They must be over the top, and that's what Daniel Ek has been saying, that and Dangote, if we want to sign players, if we want to get Arsenal back to the top, we've got to get in the right the right players, the players that are fit to play for this club. So there's a big question, because it's a 19-year-old old player. You're not going to pump a lot of football onto him. We've seen the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe and the likes of bukayo Saka lifting Arsenal literally on the shoulders. Are you going to do the same with Martinelli? Are you going to do the same with Eddie, with Edin Ketia and Balogun? You're really killing these players. What they have to do is sit back, learn from the senior players, come in, get some game time for development, not actually bombard them with so many games, because now you could have the new format of the Champions League. If Arsenal qualify in 2024, probably you have the new format of the Champions League that adds more games to the Premier League, and then you have FA and the Carling Cup. There's so many games now, and the more you bombard these players with games, the more they get weaker, the more they suffer injuries that are going to be a little bit long term, and they are going to affect their careers. So it's going to be a very, very interesting scenario to see how Mikel Arteta, because now it has gone away from Edu, now it has gone to Mikel Arteta. It's gonna be interesting to see how Mikel Arteta handles the Balogun situation. Does he handle it in a way that is gonna give him at least 10 out of 38 games in a season, probably 10 starts and 5 games off the bench? For me, I think that would be ecstatic. That would be brilliant, excellent. I don't want to see Balogun play 20 games in a season. I don't want him to start 20 games in a season. That's going to be overworking him. We have players like Aubameyang, we have players like Alexander Lacazette, players that are meant to score the goals. And of course, there's also going to be a very big question: do you start Gabriel Martinelli? Because I don't see Martinelli starting as a winger anymore for Arsenal. You have Pepe and Saka. I think they have confirmed that Pepe is going to be playing down through down on the left or the right, and then Saka occupying the other wing, either the right wing or the left wing that has been that has been left unoccupied by Pepe. So the two wingers, the two starting wingers, are Saka and Nicolas Pepe for Arsenal. That is going to be the order. So that means Martinelli fits in as a striker. It's gonna and his finishing is okay. I have a problem with his with his positioning as a player, but I think his finishing is okay, and he can actually work as a striker. So it's gonna be very interesting. And for me, that is where my interest lies. Where does Mikel Arteta and how does Mikel Arteta actually handle the situation with Bellerin? Balogun. Thanks everybody who is tuned in. 22 people watching. Smash the like button and hit the like button, please, and do please subscribe to the channel as well. What do you think? When we finish top 8, the performances we are getting in, the truth is our priorities are very far from top 8. I want to be honest. I'm going to read for you the remaining Arsenal fixtures, and then from those, I'm going to tell you whether we shall finish in top 8 or not. I want to be honest with you. So I'm going to tell you the remaining Arsenal fixtures. After that, I will tell you whether we will finish top 8 or not. Okay, I'm trying to fix some matches here. Here we go. Okay, of course, apart from Villarreal in the Europa League, we shall play Newcastle away from home next. On Sunday, the 2nd of May, we shall play West Brom Albion at the Emirates Stadium. We shall play Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. We shall play Crystal Palace, and we shall play Brighton last in the league. Now, if you ask me how many of these games can Arsenal win after losing to Everton at home and drawing to Fulham at the Emirates Stadium as well, I think Arsenal can beat Newcastle. We can beat West Brom. We will not beat Chelsea, we will not beat Crystal Palace, and we will not beat Brighton. So I think the truth is Arsenal will not finish in top 8. I'm sorry, but this is a little bit being realistic, because if you look at the table standings right now, Arsenal are seated in the 10th position, 46 points. Leeds 47 points, just 1 point ahead of us, and then Everton, who are 8th. On the table are 6 points ahead of us. 7th is Tottenham Hotspur, who are 7 points ahead of us. I don't see Arsenal finishing in top 8. I don't see, and it's really embarrassing that we are talking about Arsenal finishing in top 8. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, the mighty Arsenal finishing in top 8 is now a big debate. I think we could finish 9th or probably 10th, around there. That is where we're gonna finish. I don't see Arsenal finish in the top 8, because that really literally means if you're going to finish in the top 8, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left. That means we have to win each and every game left in the league, and for me, that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. To hell with top 8. I think Arsenal will not finish in the top 8. Sorry, my bro, but according to what I've seen, I don't think Arsenal will finish in the top 8. Okay, will Aubameyang stay? I think Aubameyang will stay. Aubameyang will stay. I think what's happening is Aubameyang is having a shitty season. He's having a bad season. He's having a season no player wants to have, and it's really affecting him as a player. You can see his captain. I don't know whether he's having much of personal issues that are disturbing him as a player, or what. But you can see that he's really affected by wherever is going on in Arsenal. But I think next season he could come back as a better player. I don't know, but I think next season he could come back as a better player. So let us wait and see. Yeah, let's wait and see. He could come back as a better player next season. Okay. Are you happy because Balogun signed a new contract? I'm very happy. I'm very happy that Balogun has signed a new contract, because what I wanted, by the way, and I want to be very clear with my feelings here, is I never wanted us to lose a striker of his caliber, because we are literally going to struggle in the next 2 years. Aubameyang has 2 years left to play for us, and then you have Lacazette, who's 29. I don't know how many years Lacazette has got. Whether he's gonna let me just do this a little. I don't know whether I don't know whether he's gonna stay around as a player. I don't know whether we're gonna sell him, but depending on how I know Arsenal, if we deal with the defensive with midfield issues that we are faced with this season, we are obviously going to have a striking crisis in the next 2 years. So that's why I need players like Balogun to be there, and I need Martinelli to be groomed as a new striker as well. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. It's a good decision. Very, very good decision. If he had left, I would be fuming and I would be ranting, but I'm very, very happy. I should put that smile, and so it's there. Because is Henry, Backup, and Vieira serious on the decision to join Egg? This is Peterson. Okay, you're pushing me. I was planning to do this story early in the morning, but let me just pinch a little. Sky Sports, that is their reporter Cave. I'm growing more and more to like Cave. He's been speaking about Ek and this trio joining up to buy Arsenal, and he said there was no way Beckham, Henry, and Vieira could join Daniel Ek if they believed he doesn't have the money to buy Arsenal. Now, what that has confirmed is he has the money to buy Arsenal, and if he is serious, yes, he is serious about buying Arsenal. And also according to Sky Sports, I'll compile the story, but according to Sky Sports, they're saying that Arsenal and Kroenke and Daniel Ek, who is the Spotify guy, they are going to sit and talk, but these talks should be public. This deal should be a public deal, and I appreciate it, by the way, because what the public aspect of the deal gives you is that you're looking at it in a way that the fans can add some more pressure to the deal. You can push Kroenke to sell. You can add some more pressure to to the deal for to the Kroenkes to sell. And that's the beauty of this deal being done in public. It has also been said that Daniel Ek is one person who believes that when he takes over Arsenal, fans will have a representation, some degree of representation on the board. So there is a lot of news being moved around around this deal, and I can confirm it's a serious deal. The takeover is serious. Very, very serious. Leave alone the Dangote man who is eating glue in Africa. This one is a very serious Swedish man who wants to buy Arsenal and is going to partner with the Arsenal legends to see that these things actually go through. So let us pray for them as well as we keep fighting. The Kroenke out hashtag doesn't have to rest. As always, Kroenke out. Arsenal finishing in the top 8 is now a naked dream. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen unless we win all our games, because we are 6 points behind Everton. We are 6 points behind Everton. Now, what that means is you have to win all your games, because how many games do we have? To go? Are they 5, 4? We have Chelsea. We have Newcastle, West Brom, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. We have 5 games to play. Those are 30 points. Those are 15 points, to play for. Remember, Everton are 6 points ahead of us. So if you're going to finish in top 8, what we really literally have to do is win all the games, collect all the 15 points, then pray for Everton not to start losing games and making the draws. We should have beaten Everton if we wanted to finish top 8. We should have beaten Fulham as well. We didn't do that. Everton was shit. We lost to them. Fulham was shit. They got a point against us. What do you think of next season? I think next season is going to be a different one, but we need to look at different next season on who gets out of this club and who comes in. I think for me that is what will define next season. We have literally had a hollow midfield, hollow FC midfield, a hologram of a midfield. So we need to get players in the midfield. We need to get more players around that midfield area. So if you're asking me whether I think next season is gonna be a better one, it will depend on how we line up. Otherwise, if we line up in the same way we're lining up today, it's not gonna be a different season. Everton will be better than you. Southampton will be better than you. Leicester City will be better than us. United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur and a couple of other clubs will be better than us. So literally, what that means is Arsenal are doing the same shit, the same old shit again. So I don't see it as a different season if we do not sign players. If we want it to be a different season, we've got to sign players. And for me, it's as easy as that. Timo says Balogun should be playing. Yeah, Balogun should be playing, but not so much of football. Not so much. You don't need to give him a lot of pressure. He doesn't need. It's not good for him as a player. What you need with Balogun at the moment is a player who comes in from the bench, a player who starts the easy games against Fulham, a player who who fits in in terms of squad rotation. Balogun, give him the chance, don't overwhelm him. That is my point. Thank you so much, Timo. What about Spotify? Look, the Spotify guy, I think, and I'm the person. I think I should be the person who wrote that the headline, but the Spotify guy is Daniel Ek. So he is the founder and CEO of Spotify. He wants to buy Arsenal, and they're saying that Spotify, his business, Spotify, is worth around 50 billion. 50 billion. That's what I know. And him as a part, I don't know. I don't understand. Is the business around 5 billion or 50 billion? I don't understand. But at least for him as a person, he's around 3.4 billion. He's worth 3.4 billion, pounds. So he can buy Arsenal because Arsenal is valued at around 2.1 billion. If you were Arteta, would you sell Willian? I would, because you don't need the dead wood now. You don't need the dead wood. You need to clear some players, get some money, and bring in players in priority areas. If you look at where Willian plays, it's not a priority area. We are struggling to get Martinelli to play. We're struggling to get one of our best players to get playing time, and that's Gabriel Martinelli. And the reason that's why Martinelli is not getting is not getting game time is literally because Willian is getting time and is wasting it. So I would sell him. Because I've seen his interview speaking of how he doesn't want to leave Arsenal without winning, blah 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 blah, 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 blah. Those things when players can really suck. But I would sell him. I would sell Willian, and I would sell Willian and probably get in a better player. Should we get a new centre back? Wow, this is a question. I should just pass my hands through my hair. It's a little bit organized, isn't it? I'm smart. Someone should say I'm smart in the comment box, please do, because I'm smart. My hair is smart at least. So, okay, going back to the question is, should we get a centre back in the summer? The truth is, Rob Holding is shit. That's the truth. Rob Holding is shit. Chambers is not that centre back you're going to use. Pablo Mari and Gabriel Magalhaes are never going to play together. William Saliba is out on loan. David Louis will leave on a free contract in the summer. So the question is, should we get in a centre back? It depends. I think when you play William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, they are very talented centre backs, but there's a degree of immaturity there. We should agree. Yes, they're very talented, but there is a degree of immaturity there. Smash the like button and subscribe. We need to get to 50,000 subscribers before January. 50,000 subscribers before January. Please and please do hit the like button. Look, I'm afraid that these two are very young. That's the problem. I'm very afraid that these two are very young. William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. We could play Pablo Mari and William Saliba, because Pablo Mari is a little bit older and he has the experience. He has the experience, and then you have William Saliba, who is a very talented and young centre back who has a lot of potential. He could he wants to explore himself and do all the beautiful things. Look, if we are going to go for a person like Dayot Upamecano or a player like Konate, go for it. But if you're bringing in players like Eric Garcia, don't go for a centre back. The reason as to why I would strongly go against the idea of a centre back is easy. Arsenal have pressing issues at the moment, and you guys know it. We have pressing issues at the moment. First and foremost, we need a right back. We need a backup left back. We need a backup goalkeeper. We need a midfield partner to Thomas Partey. We need an attacking midfielder. Those are 5 damn positions that are priority areas. I don't know how Arsenal is going to fill these positions in the summer, but they are very, very priority key and key areas. So I wouldn't go for a centre back as a priority, but if Arsenal signed those 5 players and we still have more money, I would go for a centre back. Why not? And who would you buy if I went for a centre back? Okay, who do I buy? It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a very good question. Let me just look for Jules Koundé and see how much he would cost. Because 22 years of age, I want to look at the price. I want to look at the market price for Jules Koundé, because he's an ecstatic centre back. You know, if you watched him, he's ecstatic. Jules Koundé is 60 million pounds. Yeah, Koundé is 60 million pounds. So if Arsenal feel they have the money to waste around, I'll go for Jules. You know, I'll go for Jules Koundé. This one says Luan Geshia. This is Masia. You said from Palmeiras. I've not seen this guy. Not so much I know about him, but Luan Garcia. Let's look at Luan Garcia around here. Luan Garcia. Okay. Let's try to see Luan Garcia. He's a defender. Okay. He's a defender from Palmeiras. I'm looking at some of the YouTube clips here. He has a lot of clips on YouTube, so he must be highly rated centre back. The truth is, I don't know much about him, so I can't really say that anything about his his abilities. Very smart question from UG. Thank you so much, Timo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gabriel as well. Kosi, you look good and very smart today. Thank you so much, Peterson. And Peterson, thanks so much for supporting the streams. You've been there from the start. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because we want to get to 50,000 subscribers as well. Bro, can you answer the Twitter group chat? Okay, I'm going to answer that, bro, as soon as I get out of here. I don't know if you people have something to say about Balogun signing a new contract. The link is in the comment section if you want to call in live and get in your opinions. I'm going to give each person around 1 to 2 minutes before I sign out. Alex says, how are you? I'm great. I mean, I'm great. The Super League being dead is makes me a little bit better. But my overall opinion about Arsenal takeover, the Arsenal takeover. If you want to call in, the link is in the comment section. I put it in there. I'll be able to receive you, and I have someone called the Liverpool Hub. So let's get in, and then I'll comment about. I'll try to comment about what I think about the takeover in general as well. Yes, how are you doing, bro?
Hi.
Hello.
You knew who I?
Obviously.
Amen.
Hey man, of course. Whenever I see that Liverpool thing. But let me ask you: Are you a Liverpool fan that loves Arsenal?
No, look. I watch Arsenal so much. Like I watch most of the Premier League. And I love this club so much. From Arsenal's days.
Okay. What do you think about Balogun? What do you think about Balogun signing a new contract at Arsenal? You think we made good business, or you think we should have got signed him, got some money from him?
Sorry?
What do you think about Balogun signing a new contract?
I think it's I didn't see him much. I never saw him play, so I just don't know.
Okay, Paul said,
Some people talk about him that he's a great talent.
yeah. And I think he's a very great talent. You know, to be honest, I think Balogun is a very, very great talent. Paul says, well, happy. Hopefully, Aubameyang will get back to his ways next season, because really it's not late for this. It's too late for this season, other than the Europa League Cup. I would like to see us tie down Laka to another deal. This is according to Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. Well, look, it's a little bit confusing, but I would cash in on Laka. I would cash in on Laka and get the money, to finance other deals. I would cash in on Laka. I would sell Lacazette. That has been my stand, my point of view, and I don't change it. I would send Lacazette. Otherwise, guys, you've been a very, very interesting audience. I loved it when you guys came on. Till next time, I'll be streaming tomorrow at exactly 5:30 East African Standard Time. That is 5:30. That is 9:30, I think. Yeah, 9:30 UK time. Then at exactly I'll stream at 9:30 UK time, 5:30 UK time, and 7:30 UK time. Of course, in East Africa, that is 5:30, 7:30, and 9:30. My bro called Agocha. How are you doing, bro? Very, 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 very supportive. Very, very supportive as always. Let's just hear more from Eamon. Eamon, first time I saw your camera on. Are you in the US?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Where are you?
Qatar.
Oh, you're in Qatar. Okay. And you watch more of Arsenal and the Premier League games?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Balogun.
It's been a pleasure to have you guys on. We'll talk again tomorrow at the same time. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well. The live stream is back. We'll be able to stream a little bit longer. I've seen someone asking for more time. Yeah, exactly. So we'll be able to stream for a little bit more, longer time. Probably we should be thinking about an hour. Not so. No, it should be an hour. Okay, guys, let's call it that. Let's call it a day.